The next step, probably the most serious step, is actually starting your 6 days of no sugar. Now, what I'm just going to say in this segment is there is certain levels to me of sugar. So this would be like hard drugs, like heroin or something like that. And along with that, so that was like granulated sugar. Then we have caster sugar. To be honest with you, pretty much the same stuff, but usually you make cakes with this one you put in your tea, coffee, whatever. And then you get variations of that, brown sugars, what's this one? Dark muscovado sugar, whatever. It's just basically the hard drugs. Then, obviously, we've got like chocolate, which has different percentages of cocoa. I would say if you go for a high percentage cocoa, probably a little bit less sugar in that one. Obviously, you have to look at the labelling. And then you've got our Common Garden. This is marmalade, but of course jams, condiments. Like obviously this ketchup, whatever, any brand. In fact, yesterday I had a salad cream and it had fructose and sugar in it, and of course fructose is the kind of like bad sugar that we want to avoid because our brain doesn't register it and it goes straight to fat. Okay, and then the other thing, if you want to go really kind of like hardcore, is fruits. So if you're gonna, like I'm gonna try this for 6 days, completely give up the fruits as well, then it's not really recommended to do that straight off the bat. But if you've been cutting down on your sugars and you feel like you're ready to go for it, then put these guys aside for 6 days and see how you feel. Now, some people do this pretty much for the rest of their lives, but of course they need sugar, so eat fruits when you feel like it, but probably don't need it every day. So this is this next step for everyone, and as I say, it's sort of like a 6 day window of time which we're focusing on. And I've gone through some other steps about your mindset and how you need to be geared up for this, because if you're really not in the mindset for it, it's going to be really miserable. I don't want this to be a miserable experience. I want this to be a kind of experiment, kind of excitement, and that excitement will get you through. And of course there'll be dips, after like a couple of days, or maybe after one day, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm really feeling awful, and you're reaching for the cakes or the hard sugar products. So look for things that you can put into your food, which is going to make you a bit excited. You can go for fatty things. You can put in all the double cream, whatever, and even skim milk and all these watered down milks. What's the point? You might as well just go for full fat milk and get the full flavour, but avoid the sugary stuff. As I say, in this segment, I was actually going to go for like properly no fruits and everything. But if you think that's too much, then just keep some of those things on your plate to give you a bit of an upliftment. And after this, see how you feel. Maybe you feel great. Maybe you feel like awful. You want to just never do this again in your life. So just a big boost for everyone who's going to try this. Keep going. Put everything in place. Have a backup plan if things don't go well, but don't reach for like the properly terrible sugar that's just going to be like, as I say, like the hard drugs. Go for something a bit milder. Maybe even go for a little bit of honey or whatever, but just try and stay away from like the really sort of hardcore stuff. Okay? Good luck everyone. See you in the next video.